So as we have already discussed the direct proportions and inverse proportions and how to solve them, we will be solving a few questions now, right? Let us discuss the first question now. The first question says, if 8 books cost rupees 1170, how much will 25 books cost? Now you can see, identify which two quantities are the question talking about. Let us identify that. So the first question goes like this. It is talking about books and their costing. So the two quantities that it is talking is the books and cost. Now let us check what is the relation given in the question. The first line says, the first part of the question says 8 books cost 1170. So I write 8 below the books and I write 1170 in the cost. Now they are asking how much will the 25 books cost. Now you will write 25 below the book section and cost you have to find. So the unknown quantity that you have to find, you will make it x. Now think about the question. If 8 books are costing rupees 1170, you have to buy now 25 books. So number of books are increasing. What do you think? If 8 books are costing rupees this, if you have to buy 25 books, the cost will increase or decrease? It will increase, right? That means this is the direct relation. Now in direct relation, what are we supposed to do? We do 8 over 25 equal to 1170 over x. That is what we do, right? Now we cross multiply and we get 8x equal to 25 into 1170. Now how do we solve for x? We write x equal to 25 into 1170 over 8. Now if it is possible to cut, you can cut it. Let us try for this one. 8 ones is 8, 9, 10, 11, 37. 8 can go with 37 or not? 8 5s is 40, 8 4s is 32. It goes with 4, 32, 35, 36, 37, 30. No, it is not going with 8. Then what are we supposed to do? We will only multiply and divide it by 8. Let us multiply 1170 with 25. Now I am telling you another trick of calculation over here. Whenever you have to multiply 1170 or any such quantity, you just forget about the 0 when you are solving. So actually what are we supposed to multiply? We will be multiplying only this part. So when you multiply this, what do you get? 5 7s is 35, 3, 5 1s are 5 and plus 3, 8, 5 1s is 5, 2 7s is 14, 1 carry, 2 1s are 2 and 3, 2 1s is 2. 5, 12, 1 carry, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 9, 2, 5. Now you have already multiplied the terms. Now you will be putting that number of zeros that you had avoided. How many number of zeros were there? 1. So you will add 1 0 in the answer. So what do you get over here? You get 29250 over 8. And you multiply this, you will get your actual cost. Understood? Similarly, let us talk about the second question now. The second question is saying that a car travels 286 kilometers on 26 liters of petrol. How far will it travel on 36 liters? Now let us discuss which two quantities are they talking about. Obviously, it is the distance and amount of petrol. So I will write the distance and the petrol in two sections, right? Now discuss about the values. It says 286 kilometers on 26 liters. So we'll write 286 kilometers on 26 liters. They are asking how far will it travel on 36 liters. So I'll write 36 liters over here, right? And this is to be found out. So I will put x over here. Now think about the question. If a car travels 286 kilometers on 26 liters and we have 36 liters, that means amount of petrol has been increased. So definitely car is going to travel more distance or less distance. It is going to be more. That means this is the direct relation. Why? Because if the petrol is increasing, the distance will also increase, right? So we can say, write the direct equation for this. The equation for this will be 286 over x equal to 26 over 36. Now if you cross multiply them, you would get 26x equal to 286 into 36. Now x comes out to be 286 into 36 over 26. Once you solve them, you will get your answer. 18, 13. Is this going with 13? Let us check. 13, 2 is 26. 2 left. 26 again to 26. That means 22 into 18. What is 22 into 18? Let us check. It will be 8 2s are 16, 1, 8 2s are 16, 17, 2 and 2. 7 plus 2, 9 and 3. That means 396 kilometers. What was x over here? The distance that was supposed to be found. Now that comes out to be 396 kilometers. So you will write the distance that is to be travelled will be 396 kilometers. Understood? Let us discuss the third question now. The third question says, if 65 men can do a piece of work, compare this to the farmer example that I had taken. The 65 men are able to do a piece of work in 28 days. How long will 35 men take to do the same piece of work? So we will write the two quantities they are talking about. Number of men. You will write number of men over here and number of days. Now number of men are 65. When number of men were 65, the days were 28. Now we have to find out how long will 35 men take. So 35 men below the 35 men section and number of days you have to find. So you will write x over there. Now let us discuss the check of whether the question is of direct proportion or indirect proportion. Now here, if the piece of work is to be done, earlier there were 65 men. 65 men were able to finish that work in 28 days. But now the number of men have been reduced. How much? Up to 35. Now you have less people to finish that work. Number of days required to finish that work would be more than 28 days, definitely. That means here the number of men are decreasing, but the number of days would increase, right? So what we will do, this is the inverse proportion. What do we do in inverse proportion? We write 65 over 35 and we reciprocate these values, that is x over 28. So what do we get? 35x equal to 65 into 28. Now x will equal to 65 into 28 over 35. Now let us try and solve this. 5 7s is 35, 5 1s is 5 and 1 left 15, 5 3s is 15, 7 4s goes with 28. So 13 4s comes out to be 52. That means if 35 men have to finish the work, they will be finishing it in how many days? 52 days. Understood? Similarly, let us discuss the fourth question. The fourth question says 6 pipes are required to fill a tank in 1 hour 20 minutes. Okay, I am going to draw it because it might sound a little typical to you. See, consider this to be a tank. This is a rectangular tank that I have made. It has 6 pipes now. I am making the 6 pipes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and the 6th pipe. Right? When the tank was getting filled with the 6th pipe, how much time it take to get filled? It took 1 hour and 20 minutes. But now, how long will it take if only 5 pipes of same type are used? Now, we have removed 1 pipe. Now, how much time is it going to take? That is what we have to find. Understood? Now, let us write it in the form that we used to write. We will write the number of pipes. The two quantities are number of pipes and time. Let us write the quantities that are given. Number of pipes was 6. Then the time was 1 hour 20 minutes. Now, we have to find the time, that is x, if the number of pipes were 5. Now, before solving this question, I would like to suggest you convert this time in single unit. That is, either you convert this to minutes or you can convert this into hours. Now I would prefer that you convert it into minutes because that becomes a bit simpler to you, right? How would you convert this? 1 hour is equal to how many minutes? 60 minutes. Then 60 minutes plus 20 minutes will become how much? 80 minutes, right? So now we have 6 pipes taking 80 minutes to fill the tank. We have to find how much time, that is how many minutes it will take to, if the number of pipes are 5. Now we can think about this. If the number of pipes are reduced, don't you think the tank is going to take a little longer? It will take longer time to fill that tank. That means here the number of pipes are reducing, but the amount of time is going to increase. That means again this is the question of inverse proportion. So we will make the equation 6 over 5 equal to the reciprocal, that is x over 80. What do we get? 6 into 80 equal to 5x. Now x is equal to 6 into 80 whole upon 5. Now you cut this, 5 ones are 5, 6, 7, 8, 30, 5, 6 is 30. So you get 96. That means how much time is it going to take? 96 minutes. Now you have to be particular about one more thing in such questions, that is the questions data. Here the data was given, the time was given in hours and minutes both. So you have to convert your answer back into hours and minutes. How do you do that? You would divide this with 60. Why? Because 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. So if you have to convert 96 minutes into hours, it will be divided by 60. Now when we divide this by 60, what do we get? You divide 96 with 60. 60 ones are 60. You get 36. That means it comes out to be 1 whole 36 over 60. That means you have 1 hour and 36 minutes. Right? That means how long did the 5 pipes took to fill the tank? It took 1 hour and 36 minutes. So that is how you solve such questions. We will be discussing more questions now.